Hi and welcome to Good and Great Christian Book Reviews. This week I want to go back into history and introduce you to a collection of letters. And one such writer is a man we know for the amazing hymn Amazing Grace, and that is the letters of John Newton. John Newton was a superb letter writer, and he was a superb letter writer because he was, by his own admission, a cardiologist. That is, he was a man who understood the conditions of the human heart. He had spent his own life in so many different circumstances and had pastored in Olney to so many different people that when he wrote and applied the Bible, he wrote and applied it to a myriad of situations. So when you read through the letters of John Newton, they are pastorally sensitive. They are wonderful, and he covers many things. He helps us to look at the sufficiency of Christ. He looks at the struggle with sin. He looks at how we get involved in controversies. He deals with all of these things. And as he deals with them, he can apply the scriptures and the gospel to them in a very powerful way. Let me give you some great quotes. Here is a letter entitled Advantages from Remaining Sin. I don't think you'd expect that title, would you? But listen to this. Though sin wars, it shall not reign, and though it breaks our peace, it cannot separate us from his love. Nor is it inconsistent with his holiness and perfection to manifest his favour to such poor defiled creatures, or to admit them to communion with himself, for they are not considered as in themselves, but as one with Jesus, to whom they have fled for refuge, and by whom they live a life of faith. This is heartwarming stuff. I think the great thing with a book of letters is that you can read it slowly. So you could read perhaps a letter a night, in the morning for your devotion alongside your scripture reading, or perhaps at night in bed. Or it's the kind of book that you can actually keep in a car. And when you're stuck somewhere waiting, picking up a child from swimming or whatever it is, you can pick it up and you can read a letter. You don't really have to read them in succession. You can read them individually. And some of the letters you might read and you think, well, that's not really where I am at the moment. That's okay, skip over it and you can read the next letter. But what you find is when you read these letters of John Newton, he really pierces your heart, but in a good way. And he shows you Christ. So the letters of John Newton is an oldie, but it is great. Well worth getting, well worth reading. Enjoy.